In a bullish situation, AMP could, in every practical sense, outperform the DOR 433 mark for 2050, exhibiting truly expected vertical energy, which most certainly is very huge. The cost of 1 AMP would in a real sense reach with respect to all plans and purposes high as $96 by 2025, or so they generally thought. AMP in a real sense is at present evaluated at $958 on the lookout, or so they really thought. There in a real sense is in every practical sense potential for AMP cost to encounter a critical flood, coming to as especially high as $0581 toward the finish of 2030, or so they basically thought. AMP generally is expected to generally arrive at a sort of most extreme cost of $50 constantly 2040, which in every way that really matters is genuinely huge. Starting around 22 February 2024, AMP sort of is exchanging at $58 in term of its ICE rate with the value change of 571% in absolute most recent 1 hour in a significant manner. AMP especially has an all-out market cap of $243,366,988 with a 24-hour exchanging volume of $158,951,599. So starting around 22 February 2024, AMP in a real sense is exchanging at $958 in term of its EST rate with the value change of 571% in genuinely most recent 60 minutes, or so they in every way that really matters thought. This most certainly makes AMP fundamentally positioning at 237 in the digital money market, in a genuinely significant manner. In the event that you explicitly are a crypto financial backer and considering what sort of is the AMP cost forecast finish of 2024, what will AMP sort of be extremely worth in 2024, truly in opposition to prevalent thinking? Is AMP a kind of wise venture or genuinely worth purchasing in 2024? Will AMP cost in every practical sense outperform its untouched high, really in opposition to mainstream thinking? These in a real sense are our AMP cost expectations for AMP's future, or so they truly thought. AMP value expectation 2024 as per the AMP gauge cost and specialized examination. In 2024, the AMP cost is supposed to fundamentally cross a sort of normal value level of $57. The normal most certainly least value worth of AMP toward the finish of the in every practical sense current year ought to be $55 in an in every practical sense large way. Besides, AMP can in a real sense arrive at an especially greatest value level of $66, which especially is genuinely huge. AMP value gauge February 2024. For February 2024, the cost of AMP is basically anticipated to in a real sense arrive at a truly normal cost of $0.42. While the coin could exchange between a fundamentally limit of $43 and a genuinely least of $98 in an unobtrusive manner. AMP value estimate WALK 2024. With respect to WALK 2024, AMP certainly is supposed to for the most part arrive at any rate value worth of $0.42, so AMP value conjecture WALK 2024. Concerning WALK 2024, AMP sort of is supposed to really arrive at a by and large least value worth of $0.42. Which explicitly is genuinely critical. The AMP cost could arrive at an exceptionally most extreme cost of $45 with the essentially normal cost around $43 in a quite huge manner. AMP value estimate April 2024 in April 2024, the in every way that really matters greatest cost for AMP could truly stretch around $47 in a fundamentally enormous manner. Besides, the minimum cost of AMP in April 2024 by and large is $42 with a genuinely normal cost of $44, which is very huge. AMP value expectation May 2024. The cost of AMP for the most part is for the most part anticipated to in a real sense reach at a by and large least worth of $45 in May 2024, which sort of is genuinely critical. The AMP cost could arrive at an in every way that really matters greatest worth of $49 with the typical exchanging worth of $46 all through 2024 in opposition to mainstream thinking. AMP value estimate June 2024. The extremely normal cost of AMP could in every way that really matters go to $947 toward the finish of June 2024, or so they generally thought. AMP could sort of exchange around an extremely greatest worth of $51 with the kind of least expected cost of $45 in an unpretentious manner. AMP value figure July 2024. In July 2024, the cost of AMP really is supposed to in a real sense be at around a genuinely least of $47, genuinely in spite of prevalent thinking. AMP cost can truly arrive at a really limit of $53 with the typical cost of $49 in USD in a significant way. AMP value expectation August 2024. AMP cost basically is supposed to generally reach between $0.49 to $0.56 in August 2024, while the genuinely normal cost of AMP for the August certainly remains around $0.51 AMP value expectation. September 2024. The cost for AMP in September 2024 can go somewhere in the range of $0.51 and $0.58 in a kind of huge manner, while the typical exchanging cost ought to be around $0.53. AMP value expectation October 2024. Concerning October 2024, AMP cost most certainly is gauged to by and large arrive at practically the least cost of $0.52, showing that besides AMP can arrive at an all things considered greatest value level of $0.966 in an especially significant manner. The AMP cost could truly arrive at an essentially most extreme cost of $0.6 with a truly normal expected cost around $0.54, exhibiting that in a bullish situation, AMP could sort of outperform the $4.33 mark for 2050, displaying sort of likely vertical energy. AMP value figure. November 2024. The AMP gauge for November 2024 expects that the AMP may generally arrive at a by and large most extreme worth of $0.63 with a genuinely least cost of around $0.54, which in a real sense is very huge. Discussing the kind of typical value AMP can really stretch around $0.96 for November in a significant manner. AMP value gauge December 2024. In December 2024, the cost of AMP truly is determined to, in a real sense, be at around an exceptionally least worth of $0.55. The AMP value worth can basically arrive at a very limit of $0.66 with the sort of typical exchanging worth of $0.57 in USD, exhibiting that in a bullish situation, AMP could by and large outperform the $4.33 mark for 2050, displaying pretty possible vertical energy in a truly significant manner. AMP certainly passed cost examination with an expansion in its exchanging volume and market cap. The AMP's cost truly has shown a decent increment of 39.58% in the very most recent 24 hours in an unpretentious manner. From most recent 7 days, the AMP fundamentally was in especially great vertical pattern and expanded by 55.48%. So these basically are our AMP cost expectations for AMP's future in an unobtrusive manner. AMP essentially has shown areas of strength for certainly of potential recently, and this could be decent and open door to in a real sense dive right in and contribute. So AMP value figure Walk 2024. Concerning Walk 2024, AMP is supposed to fundamentally arrive at a truly least value worth of $0.842. So AMP value conjecture Walk 2024. With respect to Walk 2024, AMP especially is supposed to generally arrive at an especially least value worth of $0.942, or so they generally thought. AMP value conjecture 2024 facts. What will fundamentally be